said, you know, they mailed me.
How you doing?
Oh, how did you get this week? So one guy said, I have to take this as a compliment. You have to be over 65.
Thanks for today. It looks awesome. It's really awesome. It's incredible. I did, but that's all right. All right, y'all want to go ahead and start? Get in and out? All right. Thank you for coming, because you had to, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is that right? Yeah. Did you go to school? Okay, item number 1 on the agenda is the presentation of $1 each to the mayor and city council members for compensation as per city charter, Article 4, Section 13.
Mr. Mayor, Council, I've passed out the dollar compensation for y'all for the next year, so I do appreciate all the hard work and your dedication to the city of Alamo Heights, so appreciate it, and thank you.
This much.
Yes, sir.
Is this a, hey, Rick, Robert, is this a budget line item every year when we?
Yes, sir.
I've never really noticed it in our
course.
budget sessions.
Yeah, should we return the plastic so we actually do, the city actually does pay $1?
You can return it if you
Reuse it
like,
next
if not, you can keep it. It's, really, we do appreciate I know it's a lot of time and hard work on your part, so we do appreciate it.
All
Right, John?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank
It
you.
is
All right,
taxable too.
Pardon me?
Yeah. According to our attorney, it's taxable too.
Taxable, sure it is.
Okay, well,
Well, we might as well just take it away from it, whatever. All right, item number 2, presentation of certificates of election and administration of oaths of office to newly elected officials. Councilmember Place 3, Blake M. Bonner. Councilmember Place 4, Linda Billeberg. And Councilmember Place 5, John Savage. Elsa.
Good evening, council. I am here to present the winners, right? Because we were unopposed. So on February the 28th, the general election was canceled due to the unopposed candidates. I would like to congratulate the following, who will serve 2-year terms as council members, respectively. They are Blake M. Bonner as council member Place 3, Linda Billeberg as council member Place 4, and John Savage, council member Place 5. Okay, I would like to now administer the oath of office. If y'all could please stand and raise your right hand and repeat after me. Okay, I state your name.
I, Blake Bonner,
Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute
the duties of office of the state of Texas
State of Texas.
and will do to the best, the city of Alamo Heights and the state of Texas, I apologize. And will do to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend
and I will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
Constitution and laws of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Next item is the election, our next item is the election of Mayor Pro Tem, and I think when you're not here, and it happens to be his turn as well.
I thought I took it from Wes. Moved
No, I
over
think
here.
Lawson declined, didn't he?
Oh, you didn't?
Oh, I think Lawson gets.
Oh, then Lawson.
I think it's come all the way around, full circle.
Yeah, I think it's Lawson to be,
Yes.
to be
Oh.
full circle.
I
Okay.
nominate Councilman
All right. Do we have a second?
Second.
Jesse.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations. I'll start skipping meetings.
Yeah, can you?
Congratulations.
He kind of knows more of what's going on than I do anyway. Okay, item number 4, the approval of minutes from the April 25th, 2022 council meeting. Motion to approve?
Aye. Or motion.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
So excited.
Aye. Okay, announcements, Phil, Alamo Heights Bike Park groundbreaking.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. On May 1st, the Alamo Heights Bike Park had its first groundbreaking event. Before you guys, in January, you guys approved the MOU with Alamo Heights Bike Park group, a group of citizens who have spurred this project along. And in March of this year, our contractor kind of cleared out some of the site to allow for this new facility in our community. The groundbreaking was held on the 1st. Councilmember Sharples and Jesse did attend, and it was organized by the Alamo Heights Bike Park board members. It was a family affair at the time at this event, which was great. This picture in front of you is the reason this park is in existence. Is for the young people of this community. And we have a few more photos to show off. On the left is some of the board members, in addition to other dignitaries like Councilman Jesse. And then on the right is the board members along with their families and Councilman Jesse. And my family actually came as well. My 2 daughters were running around there and my wife. So it was a great event, and we're excited about the future that this asset has in this community. And still some changes to come, but we're excited about where we're at today.
That's great. That's awesome.
Wes is putting money in his pocket.
Probably was. How do you
was
think,
kickbacks.
how do you think it got approved? Oh, wait, we're on, being recorded, never mind.
I was going to say, that's on the record.
Thank you.
Okay, we move to our next announcement, Texas Municipal Clerk's Office Achievement of Excellence Award. Buddy?
Yeah, so Mayor and Council, thank you. I sent this letter out to all of you guys, but last week was Texas Municipal Clerks Week, the 1st through the 7th. And so I'm extremely proud of Elsa for her accomplishment in getting this, and also along with Jennifer for her hard work for all the years they've worked together to do this. And so they did receive the Achievement of Excellence Award. And 38 cities out of 783 received this. Recognition for compliance with state and federal law. It must meet 9 of 12 categories, and Alamo Heights meets all 12. And so it's a great honor for them. I'm exceptionally proud of them, as I know you guys are. And some of the areas it covers is records management, government transparency, elections, Open Meeting Act, public information, and all other major components. So it's I think it's a testament to some of the things that you hear sometimes about cities, about being transparent and election integrity and so forth. Just to let you know that, we're in the top 5%. That's wonderful. Really, really great. So they're both dedicated to TMCA and the integrity of the offices. And there'll be an awards ceremony later this year, which we're going to have them both be at to receive the award. I believe it's in Georgetown. So round of applause for Elsa, Jennifer. Thank you.
Way to go. That's awesome, and that's, obviously, Elsa, it's a reflection on you and Jennifer before you, and it just makes us look all the better. So we really appreciate it. And I'm going to try and do a blurb about this in, hopefully in the July Little Alamo Heights magazine that they're renaming Stroll Alamo Heights. Okay, item number 6. Citizens to be heard concerning items on the agenda. Nobody is here, so nobody has signed up. We'll move to our staff reports. Is there anybody on?
There is one person online. Let me see if they're
Oh,
interested in bringing.
Is Jennifer on line as well? That may be Jennifer.
Jennifer, there's also an unlisted
Oh,
number.
okay.
Individuals on the Zoom call, if you're interested in speaking on the citizens to be heard item on the agenda, please press star 9 to raise your hand. No
Okay.
phone call. Thank you, sir.
All right, yeah, thanks, buddy. Okay, so we move to our staff reports, presentation of financial and investment report for the second quarter ending March 31st, 2022. Robert?
Mr. Mayor, Council, as you mentioned, this is the quarterly financial report for the second quarter ending March 31st. So we'll be going through the general fund revenues and expenditures, utility fund revenues and expenditures, the capital projects fund, the investment portfolio update, and a summary of the city's financial position. So here you have the general fund revenues. General fund revenues for the quarter ending March was $8,132,490, which is 72% of the budget. Being halfway through the budget calendar, that is a good position to be in, 72% of the revenues. Permits is doing really well. Sales taxes continue to do well at 53% of the halfway mark of the fiscal year. Permits is doing well, intergovernmental. So financially, the revenues are coming in really well. This is the property tax collection. So for this fiscal year, we have 6.7 million compared to last year, just under 6.2 million. And so our revenues are continuing to come in as should be. So they're on budget. Our sales taxes continue to do well. This year, so far, we're about 160,000, 170,000 more than the same time last year at the end of March. So that's been a big plus for us and for the city to collect those sales taxes. On the general fund expenditures, we do have the administration and finance at 41% of the year. Community development is at 40%. Fire EMS is at 47%. Police dispatch is at 47%. Public works is at 48% for a total of 46% for the general fund. And at this point, we have 3,045,690 in the positive through the end of March. Here's just a graph of the departments, how well they're doing. They're all within budget, so all department heads continue to do really well managing their budgets, and we do appreciate all the work that they do. For utility fund revenues and expenses, we have 2.2 million that we have in revenues for the utility fund. Our total expenses are at 1.5 million, which leaves 703,000 in the positive through the end of March. Total revenues are at 48%, expenses are at 35%, and so the utility fund is in very good financial position also. On the capital projects fund for the year, for the quarter ending March of this year, we have $30,743 in expenses. And at the end of the March quarter, we do have the balance of $14,265,808. And that's the bulk of that is, of course, the taxable bond proceeds that we have in there. Our investment portfolio, we have a total of $31,397,692, and that is made of 2% in CDs. We have a CD with Generations Federal Credit Union. We do have a CD also with Jefferson Bank. We do have a small savings account with Jefferson Bank, and we do have the bulk of our investments. 92% of our investments are in the investment pools, and we have 1.9 million in the operating account. So altogether, it's 100% of the portfolio. Sir?
Question on that is that with the rising interest rates, I mean, is there something, it's kind of surprising that those haven't come up, but I'm not an investment person, so. March 31st, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll.
They raised the rates at the end of, I think it was March 18th. So it's towards the latter half of March. And then just last week, they increased it again. So we should see a better interest income in the next quarter. On the portfolio, we keep monitoring that. So It's pretty safe. The main thing with the investment is to make sure that it's safe. And all investments are AAA rated investments, so to make sure that our funds are there when we need them in case of any market fluctuations. So hopefully next year, next quarter, we'll see some more interest. So far from the proceeds from the taxable bonds, we've gotten $10,000. So as you can see, that's not a whole lot, but the rates are starting to increase. So in the portfolio, the differences from the beginning of the fiscal year, we had an increase in the investment pools of 1.9 million. We had a small decrease. The CD at Generations Federal Credit Union had gone over the 250,000 in federally insured amount, so I reduced it down to 245,000 to keep it fully insured. We do have a small increase in the operating account, and the net increase, small increase in the savings account, and then the increase in the operating account of 1.3 million to make up the total of the portfolio of $31,397 and $692.
Hey, Robert, a follow-up to Lawson's. With rates rising, do you do shorter-term CDs, or is that kind of standard?
Right now, we still kept them at the 1-year mark. So the ones for Generations is at 90 basis points, almost full percent. The one at Jefferson Bank, we just renewed that at the end of March, and that is at 1.1%. So it's they're the ones that are doing the best right now as far as interest, but they're small amounts that we keep them under 350,000 to be fully insured. For the on the performance measures, we do have we compare that to the 90-day Treasury was at 0.31%. The average yield on the entire portfolio was 0.12%. Savings account gets 0.03%. CDs average 1%. The investment pools are averaging 0.12%. The operating account is at no interest. And we do have the 2 CDs, and all the investments, as I mentioned before, are on AAA rated investments. For the financial summary, we do have the revenues in the general fund at 72%, which is positive. Total expenditures are 46%, which is positive. We do have property tax collections at 90%, which is positive. Sales tax revenue is at 53%, which is positive. And the enterprise fund utility revenues are at 48%, which is good concerning the past history that we've had. This is a good mark to be at 48%. And then the expenses are at 35%. We still have the project that we're finishing up on the Ogden project that we have for the pipe bursting on the sewer line. So that should be coming up for payment pretty soon when they complete the project and submit the invoice. So altogether, we're in a positive financial position for the city at the end of the second quarter. Any questions?
I guess you'll be able to project what kind of additional increase we'll have in our income based on property taxes.
I was talking to Buddy about that last week. We received our first preliminary amount, which always is the highest that we get because as time goes along, more people file for protest. And by the time we get to July 25th, which is a certification date, it's lower. But this year we had a 12% increase in our preliminary amount, which last year at the same point we had was at just over 3%. So it's.
We're just trying to make Robert's job easier for him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do.
Wow.
But the most that we
over
can.
6%, what's the magic number? 6%?
3.5%.
3.5%?
Yeah.
So hopefully, it looks like we have a really good chance of staying at that 3.5% this year compared to last year. So We do, of course, I've seen the Bear Appraisal District doing a lot of advertising lately to allow citizens to show them how to protest their taxes. So I'm sure we'll see more protests, but based on last year's history, I think we'll still be very close to that 3.5% by the time July 25th comes around.
Yep. Well,
Any
all right.
questions?
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
All right, our next item is the status report on the city's 100-year anniversary celebration. Buddies.
Kept it, so you've got to do it. Okay, so just to kind of catch you guys up, we're a little under 5 months now until, you know, kind of the planned target date for the events. And so far in March and April, we had the 5K, the fun run. We gave out Centennial T-shirts, and they got a cinch bag and a runner's medal. Then we did the blue Centennial logo pet collapsible bowls that were distributed at the Pooch Parade. So I know the mayor and went down and did that, and I think Jennifer's kids went down and helped pass out things, and so that was really successful. We distributed flyers, and attendees were intrigued and expressed interest in the upcoming event. So, do you have a question, sir?
Yeah, how many people attended the fun run?
The fun run, I think we had
Yeah, I
just
think we
over
had
100
105
runners, something like that.
Sign up.
So we've got the Centennial logo shirts been distributed to staff, council, boards, and commission members. So if you haven't gotten some, picked one up, then please let us know. We have confirmed the following events: Bark Park Happy Hour with sponsorship from Fifi's and Fido's Pet Boutique and Mike's Dog Shop, and car show with Alamo City Classics and River City Classics. So they're still flexible with that, but we're trying to get some events confirmed more for the fall. And I'll let the mayor talk about this, but the Howdy Parade will be on Wednesday, October the 12th. And I know he had a good meeting with the superintendent last Friday, face-to-face, to talk about, what role the city could play with the school district and how we could kind of help each other on that. So I'll let him speak to that here in a second. What we've looked at so far is, again, we're looking at maybe possibly a second fun run on October the 8th with family, family activities, entertainment, food, and a fireworks show. So that we're still kind of trying to hone in on that, but the red flag for us right now is time, right? So we've got to start solidifying and getting some events nailed down. So those are the things that we're continuing to work on. Other events that are being developed are harvest baskets, movie nights, and a tour of homes, but I don't think that's going to materialize after some discussion today that we had. I say meeting is scheduled. The meeting has already occurred, and with the superintendent to coordinate, activities for involvement in the parade, the National Night Out, which is usually a big event. We probably had 300 people at our last National Night Out, and a culminating event, possibly an art contest with Cambridge Elementary students, and showcased at City Hall. So we're trying to look at what we can do, getting memorabilia and other things out, a lot of the archive stuff that, Jennifer's got the pictures up out here. We've got a lot of other stuff that we can have out. That's probably not a big draw to younger folks though, right? So what we're studying right now is trying, what's the draw to get people there? And I think that's what we're really focusing on. A lot of work going into this. Jennifer's really been working hard. The mayor has been earning his $1 a year, I promise you. So anyway, we're working on those things, and that's really all that I have as far as an update.
Yeah, I'll throw in a few more. So the school district, we talked about doing a parade. We've talked about a lot of ideas. We're starting to zero in on what we're really going to do. We talked about doing a parade on the week before October 1st, and when I talked to Dana, she said, and I said, but I don't know how we get people there. And she said, you ought to join the Howdy Parade because that's the following week, and we already get hundreds of people lining the streets. So we had a call today, Buddy and Jennifer and I, with Brian Couchman, who's helping us. He puts out that magazine on more involvement with the Howdy Parade and making that kind of a combination. She is the superintendent is open arms to help us with anything that we want. So this October 8th event we're talking about would be kind of like the old Alamo Heights night before it got so big that we couldn't handle it. And so how do you get people there? Well, you get the Cambridge Choir there, because that forces the parents to go. You get the Woodridge Strings to go, and that forces parents to go. So we're working on that part during the day. Jennifer's contacted a couple groups, and then and then, you know, this is where the CE group is going to come in, is finding sponsorships for all this, for beer and wine and that kind of stuff. And then I did talk to Trace about doing the fireworks and the laser and choreographed music, and he's all in, and that's something I think will get underwritten. Talked to Little League about kind of starting in the main area and then shifting over towards one of the fields, depending where Buddy and Rick and Gator want to actually do the fireworks. I did get Don McDonald sent something back to me today, and they've got another meeting Wednesday on these tours. Will you do historic home tours or Argyle tours every 30 minutes, led by Michael with a glass of champagne. They're in to help us. We're getting a lot of support, but like Buddy said, now we're kind of needing to zero in on some of these specifics for some of the, what I would call the local events. How do you get people up here? We talked about really expanding National Night Out. I don't know, Gator, if Buddy mentioned, but we're talking about the old police safety that the police department used to do, Citizens Academy for a couple hours, or some, fire safety one night. And how do you do that? Well, you do that by having people sign up and having, it's cliche, but having the guys cook burgers, something that is a draw. So there's a lot of stuff that's in the works to try and draw people. And we should, by our next meeting, have a much better detailed idea of what it is we're looking at. In the long run, we're going to do a centennial a book. Sarah Reebley's put together a bunch of information. Jennifer's put together a tremendous amount. Cappy really wants to be involved, and has already said he wants to contribute to it, but said let's wait till after the end of the year so that we can include some of these centennial events in the book. I've talked to the school about art. We talked about the kids doing an art project. So there's a lot of things that are in the works. Some will cost us that we'll hopefully get underwriters for. Some will just be good publicity to get people out and about.
Just 2 cents.
Yeah.
Is for every young family, if they're, the club did the Fiesta Party deal, and our kids were totally entertained with just moonwalks.
Yeah.
It was, it's a relatively affordable.
Absolutely.
Clowns, balloon person, and that's gonna, if that's all on the docket and it's gonna be down at the pool.
Yeah.
Every person's gonna go as long as it doesn't start after 7.
Yeah, no, I think that's right, and we picked a Saturday, and we plan to have all that stuff during the day, the way that the old Alamo Heights night used to have moon
Yeah.
dance and moon, whatever. What's that? Yeah, I don't know how you really do that. I'm all ears if we can figure out, include them in the Howdy Parade or something, but I don't know.
Some parachuters would be good too.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a great idea.
That was really cool when the parachute.
That's a great idea.
The Golden Knights or whatever they were.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It's a heavily treed area to.
Yeah,
They're pretty good.
There's enough space.
there is
yeah.
enough space that if
It'd be
they miss
cool.
a particular field, they have some decent landing. That's a great idea.
And then the one other thing is I've been thinking about it recently, and this is probably way too late to even get it done, but and this has, sorry if you're not helping at all with this, but
That's all right.
is there something we want to like leave behind as, the 100-year, is it a statue or is it you paint the, like I remember when the class of '98 painted AH on the old Tin Man, and that was up there for a long time, but where you hire, what's his name, the sculptor who did the mule at the Alamo Heights High School and also the Whitty gates. Is there something that we want to, like, hey, it's 100 years, this is a commemoration art piece, sculpture, some legacy piece.
Yeah.
I mean, the dumbest thing we could do is not dumbest, but smallest thing is a plaque of a commemoration plaque, and it's put out somewhere of
Time
100
capsule.
years. Huh?
Time capsule.
A time cap. a time capsule,
No,
but,
it's
but
a-
something to commemorate that 100-year
Yeah.
thing. And,
Achieving 100 years, not just the,
right.
it wouldn't end, it wouldn't.
An
go to the
obelisk at the.
trash. Tried that.
But it seems like it'd be. It's not something we would get sponsors for. It'd
Yeah.
be something we would just need to spend money to commemorate something somewhere in the city that's not unprominent, but similar to like the JFK Memorial thing that we have.
Remember that guy had that piece he wanted to,
No.
no, not that piece, but I wonder if we could get somebody to do something like that.
But we
Not him, not that piece.
I mean, that mule thing. That the guy's an 09er.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And so it's not. It wouldn't be a mule for us, but maybe it's just a. I don't know what it is, but it seems like that's something that's going to last the next 100 years.
Nice busted body, man.
But yeah, exactly. A full body, not a bus. He could be riding the mule. But I mean, that would probably be one of the a big line item to do it right, and I'm all ears to whatever, but it'd be nice to leave something for the next 100 years, for people to like, oh.
Sounds like we're gonna have an extra $500,000 in property tax.
That's all I have.
But we'll keep doing reports back, and
Yeah.
we'll start doing it more frequently as we get close, because we will start zeroing in on some of this stuff. If you have any ideas, reach out to Jennifer. Jennifer's been unbelievable.
Yeah, soon though, because like I say, we're gonna have to start getting.
We may be late. I'm sure if you commissioned an artist today, it'd be a year before.
That's okay.
But it may be just get it in the budget. Let's do something. And everyone's gonna hate it.
I think the school's easy because of mule.
Yeah.
What do you do here is a little tricky.
Well,
Another trolley
the fire chief has something he'd like to add to this too.
Or yeah.
ATSA radio is celebrating 100 years too. And if we could partner with them for a run or something, we could get free radio time
Oh.
and count them in and do it with them. I mentioned that to Jennifer last week, but I know she's not 100%.
Maybe we loop them into that run, if nothing else.
Or for everything we're planning to do and see what they want to participate in. And if they say yes to a few things,
I think it's kind of starting to take off. I mean, people are getting interested and want to sponsor things and have their name on it. And
New folk law trolley stop.
No, we're not doing that. I have a friend who sells advertising, Jessica Backey. And I don't know what channel, I'll look at that. I'll find out. That's a great idea, though. Okay. I see that, Blake Mike is on.
I move that we adjourn this meeting.